day here in Northern Ontario. This is McCurry Siding, and my name is Dave. And as I promised last week, we're going to install a crane from the website is dapr3d.com. And they make beautiful models. I've got all sorts of bits and pieces from them. A lot of the buildings in the mine are actually from their website. They're really responsive to people's questions and help when I think I mentioned this maybe last time, but the crane came out before the instructions to build it came out. So I got it here and I went to their website, and for the life of me I couldn't find the crane instructions anywhere. So I sent them a note and by email, and sure shooting they weren't up yet. So, but within I think a day and a half, they had all the instructions in place. Now, my crane is their model, but augmented with several other things, just to make it look a little bit more prototypical. So, what we're going to do here today is we're going to install it. Let me see here. We're just going to, yeah, there we are. We're going to install it right here. This building is the building where they operate the crusher from. I made my own chain link fence along here, very fine mesh, and pins, actually T-pins with the T's cut off, and push the T-pins in and then put the mesh up against it. The only problem with the mesh is, and I've got to figure it out for the next time I do this, is when you spray paint it, sometimes you fill in the mesh a bit. So it's not always the best thing probably to make your own, but for what it costs to buy some, it's a little cheaper. And I got enough of the mesh to last years. Absolutely last years. It's like 36 inches long, 24 inches wide. When you're making a 6-foot tall fence in N scale, that's a lot of fencing. So let's get on with it. So the first thing I'm going to do here is drill a hole right down through the layout. Now, the layout is, I believe, to the bottom of the mine shaft. Hold on, I had, oh, right here. So there's 5.5 inches here to the base, and then there's another 1.5 inches below that of foam, and then there's wooden supports to hold the foam in place. So we're going through quite a bit, and I went and bought what I thought there was a long drill bit, only to find out that it wasn't near long enough. So I had to go back, and today when I went into town I got a drill bit. You can just see here. This is a drill bit. This thing is probably 18 inches long. It's not fluted all the way up. It's only fluted in the first 4 inches, but it'll do the trick. Because I found with running other wires that the holes I was drilling was so small, it was very hard to get the wires to go down inside the baseboard of scenic materials and stuff. So what I'm going to do here is take this drill. I've already got a pilot hole, and just get that out of there. Now where are we going to put this? Oh, put it down here. So now there's a hole just behind this building, right there. I'm going to switch over to camera 3, I think it is. Yeah, there you go. That's the edge of the cliff, and the crane is going to go right here. So what I did was I went to my favorite supply shop for modeling stuff, the local dollar store, and I bought 5 of these steel clothes hangers. And what I did was, where are we going with this down here? Let's go back to one here. Oops, I'm getting those a little mixed up. But anyway, I'll show you on 3. No, there we are. That's where I want it to be. So what we've got here is a piece of coat hanger wire, snipped it off, bent it, and now I've got something to tie the wires onto and put down inside the hole that I've drilled. The other hole, well, I'll just give you a quick peek. This was the size of the drill I was using before this, and unfortunately the coat hanger is small. It is smaller than this, but just barely, so it wasn't working out at all. So here we go. This should not be a long video unless I talk a lot. So the crane is sitting there right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed the wires down and stop the recording for a couple minutes while I bring the wires down and underneath and up again. I don't think there's any, well, we'll see. If it happens really quickly, I won't stop. But if it seems to be taking forever to get this thing wired up, I will stop it. So here's the wire. I've made it more than long enough. So what I do is I just take some electrical tape, put it on the coat hanger, and then wrap the end of the wire with the coat hanger, and feed it down through the hole. I'm not going to have to stop because this is going as good as it gets when it comes to doing this. I know for a second or two you're not going to see anything happening except for maybe if the wires moving, the crane fall over, but so very carefully now. So, coat hanger comes out. And of course I dropped the wires, so now I don't have them in my hands. So now, we encourage them to go down. There we go. There, they should just go down. Now, give me a sec here. So we're gonna go with, whoops, easy Dave, jeez. Break it before it's even had a chance to run. So the wires are up here now, up and over. There's the crane sitting in its location. I've got some PVA glue here, actually I've got Express Carpenter's glue. Dries in 10 minutes. I'm using PVA instead of super glue because I want to be able to take this off the layout, so I need to move it to someplace else sometime in the distant future. If I use super glue, it's never coming off. So now, as always with me, my clamps are T-pins. So that's one on that side, one on that side. Let me see, I've got more. Yep.
here and push down. Careful not to break the brass hand railings. Okay. Now I want to talk just a little bit about how this one is different from the one that you get in the kit. So, down here at the bottom, there is a stairway. It is an etched brass stairway that I purchased. You buy a set. It comes with like 4 short ones, 4 medium ones, and 4 tall ones. This is the medium one. And then over on here, there's a little platform that runs along the side where the ladder starts. And there are 3 ladders here. They go up to a platform that I added. It is not part of the kit. And again, brass railings there. And then up to the next platform, and the same deal, a railing. And then the last small section takes you right to the top. I'm just going to see if I can switch the camera over. Let me see. Is that the one we want to be at? No, maybe it's 2 we want to be at. There we go. There's a better shot. Now the crane itself didn't have this platform up here at the top. You know what? You can't see what I'm pointing at, can you? Hold on. I got a camera right close here. I got this one right here. I'm just gonna pick it up. So up here at the top, it didn't have this platform. Right here, didn't have that platform. So I added that because there was no way for the guy to get in and out of the cab, which I thought was a little odd. And then out on the boom, and I'm going to tilt this up here. Let me see if I can. I just got to loosen a little clamp here on the. Out here on the boom, there was no dolly. There is no dolly supplied with the kit. So at the end, so that you can have cables going down or make it look like it can actually hold anything. So I modeled one in Fusion 360 and then printed it on my 3D printer and painted it to match the rest of the model, and then glued it in place here. It also doesn't come with the little thing that's hanging down on it. Let me see if I can get this silly thing to focus better. Oh, that was it. There it is. There it is. It didn't come with this. What this is I took a fishing weight, which is what I use to weigh down my cars when I print them on my 3D printers, my rolling stock on the 3D printers. They need weight in them. They're way too light. So what I did was I took one of those lead weights, put it on the floor, and took a hammer to it, flattened it out, cut it, and then ran threads to it. So now it has an area that it doesn't have a hook because it's so tiny I couldn't make one, but it's got at least something hanging down, so it looks more like prototypical. So now what we're going to do is we're going to switch back. I'm going to wire this up, and we're going to see if it actually works. So there it is, sitting there pretty. And the kit, you have to buy the motorizing kit separate. It doesn't come with the kit as part of it. You can build this thing as a stationary one. Comes with the parts, so you can do that. And it also comes with the parts for motorizing it. Now, so this little, it's just a little rheostat in a box. And I bought a whack of these battery holders from on eBay because I knew that I was going to need them. So now what we're going to do is, I got to remember that there is a wiring sequence.
That's the other thing that it didn't supply me with when I bought it. It didn't exactly explain that there was a certain way the wires had to go to, there we go, now, get in there. Let's see, catch it. Yes, I did. And now the black wire. My age, I need glasses to see far or glasses to see near. And it's amazing that I can even see that to do it. So now, moment of truth. It is on. And so we should, let me see, click, yep, and I got power to the rheostat. And now, there we go. So that's the only thing we're going to do today. I'm going to talk about just a bit of what next week is going to be, and I'm starting to think this was a big mistake putting this thing up now. Should have waited. Should have been one of the last things to go up, but I wanted to get it going. I thought, pretty little toy. Anyway, so I'm going to turn her off. Oops. Well, she will swing at quite a speed. Watch. Well, I might put a resistor somewhere on this line to make sure that it's, anyway, there it is, stopped. So next week, I'm gonna set up camera 5 as the preview here, so it's ready to go. Next week, down in here, where you see the blue, this is where the conveyors are that bring the ore from the quarry up and into the buildings. And there's two small buildings. There's a building that sits here and another building that sits here. Those are so that the conveyors can turn corners. They can drop onto another conveyor and go out in a different direction. So next week we're going to fill this in. We're going to get this all done up. I'm going to use the sculptor mold that I've made, and that'll get us basically right up to the top here. And then the next section is all of this, which is where all the buildings are, for the rail cars to come in and get loaded, for the dump trucks to come in and get loaded. So we're going to get all of that put in later on. But for next week, we're going to be right up here. I'm going to do some of the ground effect and scenery and stuff over here. I'm definitely going to do all of this in here. I'm going to try and get some of it done in advance, and then I'll just show you examples rather than having you watch the whole thing all the time. So let's see if it goes to 5. There you are. There's camera 5. So what I'm talking about is this gully down in here, and as you can see, I got my lights on. These are on. These are flashing. So that's the deal for next week. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely go and take a look at this website. I'll put the link in the description. I think their models are fantastic. The cabling here is just some of my wife's sewing thread, and this is heavy enough to hold itself weighted down with that little lead weight at the end of it. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, and goodbye.